wouldn't give you any.
We got sick though.
So you're starting from scratch.
Yep. So we mainly just focused on the design
Right now we just have
getting it working as close to working.
On the way to 9 elephants. Where'd it go?
That's what 9 elephants
But depending on what part of the development you're looking at, you also need electrical engineers, kinds of systems analysts.
So he did pretty much all the audio, and I can say that I art directed it, but that's not what it says. And so basically it was just like tossing every like scene that this was
like an extra $100.
Let's go.
Yeah.
Now you can see Brendan here starting another one, adding these frit bits. This is just applying color. You can kind of mix and match, apply as many times as you'd like, but it all comes down to the hot glass coming out of the furnace and then being able to pick up those little bits. Adding another little bit of color here. How's everybody doing today? Have we seen much glass blowing before? Yeah, a little bit? Nice, cool. Yeah, this is kind of a similar approach to glass blowing with the soft glass studio here. So after picking up these little bits of color, we go into the glory hole to kind of melt in all those little pebbles so that it'll become really smooth again. We see Lynn here going in for her first gather. And in this furnace, we just have a large, big bowl that's heated by fire that allows the glass to just stay molten and just ready for us. Look how goopy and bright orange that is. That's a lot of heat. You see Brendan here has trapped some air inside his pipe. I don't know if you caught, but it just started to expand a little bit. Went from a solid glass piece on the end of this hollow pipe to a hollow glass piece. Using these tools that are called the block to create an ideal shape so that when he goes to apply more pressure or more air volume inside, it will expand uniformly. Go in for another gather. Yeah, look at all that glass. Need your noodle? We have Brendan using the block, but another way that we can use to form the glass is using what's called the marver here. This is a big steel table. We can see Lynn working it, rolling it across that table, kind of coaxes the exterior of the glass into a similar shape depending on how you tilt that rod. Maybe.
I got to figure out what I'm
Ashley coming out of the furnace, getting ready to prepare the stem for this beautiful pumpkin. We're actually very lucky to have Ashley here with us. She's our resident artist this year. She's been working on her own body of work as well as helping teach some of our classes and interacting with our grad students. And it's been a really special time having her here. So thank you, Ashley, for being here with us. So we see this kind of transformation has happened now. Brendan went into what we call an optic mold, which is kind of a star from the top. And after putting the glass in there, it kind of fills in those ridges and creates a kind of a texture on the glass. And then through blowing through his blow hose here, he's able to kind of inflate the glass as he's working it to kind of create more of that cute pumpkin shape. So if we look closely, we can see the kind of movement in the neck or the body of the pumpkin, where it goes from very wobbly to kind of stiffening up over time, and that's kind of watching that glass transform from that liquid state to the solid state. And how we manage that as makers is kind of the magic of glass blowing. It becomes kind of a dialogue with the material, responding to what it's doing. We got Sky here going in for a stem gather, and Ashley going into the optic mold for her stem. See Mackenzie patiently waiting so they can finish off this pumpkin. We're gonna stick on the glob of glass with a stem, pull it up to make it a little longer, and then give it a nice curlicue. Then after we finish each pumpkin, we fire polish any of the cut off bits of the stem so that it's not sharp, and then we'll put it in the kiln, which is any one of these 4 boxes back here. It's essentially a glorified oven. The piece will sit in there for at least overnight and kind of cool down slowly for us so it can be nice and strong for the next day.
What happens if we don't anneal it?
It goes boom! This chamber is heated in a way that allows the glass to stay molten for long periods of time. You can see how juicy and just globular that movement is. He's going to go ahead and roll it in the frit here, and this is one method of coloring glass, where you pick up little broken pieces of colored glass to kind of conserve and be more efficient with your process. So after picking up those little bits, going into the reheating chamber, or the glory hole, this is where everything kind of gets remelted, or heat gets reintroduced into the glass. So you'll see that those little sandy bits that he picked up when he comes out will be very smooth on that form. Oops, going in for a second color. This is also a great method of color application because you can do things like that, where you mix and match and kind of can layer in a variety of different ways. Yeah, Lynn, getting that glass. So Lynn is using what's called a marber here. That's what these steel tables are called. And that little touch just kind of helps her shape the glass to be a little bit more predictable or in control before she went to pick up some color. See Brendan doing a similar thing down here on the far marber. Kind of doing a similar notion to what happens with the blocks, where he's trying to shape the glass, and then he traps some air pressure. We can see a little bit of expansion happening. Because these pipes are hollow, but we gather solid bits of glass out of the furnace. So then when we introduce air pressure through the pipe, the liquid glass can kind of accept that pressure and turn into a bubble. See that expansion happening again. So he's chilling the glass right now because we want to be able to coat it in a nice layer of clear. A lot of the times color is very similar to nail polish. It looks great, but then when you put that clear coat on, it goes pop. So really awesome effect to be able to coat it in clear like that. Same thing with car paint. Going in to layer another layer of glass on there. So that chill, how he had to chill it, that was so that the glass that he currently has doesn't run into that liquid glass there. It can actually pick up and create a new layer. We can see that heat in the orange there that tells us how fresh that heat or that glass is. Using these wood soaked in water tools. These are called the blocks, just to create an ideal shape. Got Lynn doing a similar thing, picking up that second layer. So Brendan using is what's called the paper. This is a bit of folded newsprint that's been soaked in water. You can see the steam kind of burning off the paper, and it's kind of using the steam as well as the burnt kind of carbonization of the paper as a soft kind of guiding surface for the glass. And with the paper you can kind of be more specific by the different pressures of your fingers. So where the blocks are very static, you can kind of sometimes get a little bit more finesse with the paper. He's preparing to go into the optic mold here. This gives the glass a little bit of a texture. Where we had a very smooth bubble, let's see what it looks like now. It's got a bunch of ridges on it. This kind of adds to our pumpkin effect as the bubble gets expanded. Yeah, Peter, going in for a stem gather. I'll give some little introductions around the space here, starting with Brendan here front and center. We are lucky to have him. He is our studio tech. He helps out with not only the glass studio, but many other studios within the College of Art and Design, ceramics, sculpture, and so on. kind of an indispensable unit in our community. We love him very much. Thank you, Brendan, for being here and being so awesome. We got Ashley. I kind of said a few words about her earlier. She is our artist in residence. Very lucky to have her. She's been here all year, interacting and helping guide students on their artistic journeys. And she actually has a show opening up here on the 3rd. Yeah, May 3rd, on a lower floor of this building, if you're going to be around in town. It's called Moments of Intimacy, and it's one worth checking out. We have Lynn here down on the second bench. Lynn is a photo major, though she is also very glassy. She is going to be graduating this year with her MFA, and she uses photo processes to put images on glass and kind of an installation way. And it's been really awesome to kind of see the overlap that we have here in this department. Not only do we have glass-centric people, but we have people that kind of span genres and are able to kind of connect different studios in very interesting and exciting ways. We have Peter here. He's one of our undergrad majors. He's just started to get into it, but we're so excited to see where he goes. Yeah. We have Mackenzie back here doing the nice twists. She's one of our graduate students, first year graduate. Still got some exciting things to do here at RIT, so be on the lookout. And then putting away, we have Andrew, who is another a student from industrial design, who is also very interested in glass making and integrating glass into his designs. And then over here we have Sky, who is a junior undergrad major. He's been doing very, very exciting things, and who will also be showcased at the Moments of Intimacy show that will be opening on the 3rd.
Did you tune it?
Should be. Hit the button again. Right, tuner is on. Whiskey 1 Mike X-ray, Kilo 2 Golf X-ray Tango. Can you hear us? Can you hear us?
Problems that have come up? Not really.
I guess I was after him.